All right, everybody, I'm here with Bob Gaida, and we're here to discuss what are modern bodybuilders missing in their routines.
Oh, I'm on?
Yeah, you're on.
Hi, everybody. Sorry about the noise, but one of the things I wanted to point out was that if you're into the website, we're just trying to put out some pictures and demonstrations of things we can do from the current situation, which is, yes, this is for you. And the question of what are we missing? Well, if you notice, everybody's gripping a dumbbell or a barbell. When we grip a dumbbell and do wrist flexion, and then they turn over and do wrist extension, we're still got the grip muscles on. So how do you accommodate the need? The missing link in this situation would be phalangeal extension, the full phalangeal complement. One simple way is to simply take a rubber band at the distal portion of the phalanges and work in expansion factor. Now, with these rubber bands, we can do a lot of different things. But remember, we're into an ecological ethic. So what I've done is to take 2 toilet paper rolls, which you usually throw into the trash, and you could put these things on the distal portion of the phalanx and also add the notion in terms of that expansion exercise. So here you can see individual phalanges can be worked. It can be worked individually, this way and that way. You can also do the sideline factors, also do flexion factors just for the phalanges. But I think at this point we got too much hypertone when we do too much phalangeal flexion. So the idea is to do the opposite. This is a part of the PHA thing. For every flexion you do, you should do an extension to keep the tone balance in it. Now, when I'm doing this, only the extensor muscles are working, both the intrinsic and the extrinsic muscles of the forearm. So all of these things are essentially resets. They're based on the principle of reciprocal inhibition.
How often?
Waiting at a stoplight can do this, but you have to watch out because this can also be overwhelming. I once had a patient that did too many. He came back worse that he came in because he did too many. The idea of overtraining is always an issue. That's why PHA as a system respects the idea of rest for the system, because we're in the circulatory system, we've got 3 variables that have to be considered. Remember that arterial blood is fast into a system, into the muscles. And from that point, the veins pick it up. In my early writings on PHA, I talked exclusively about veins. But now, at the year 2015, we have to look at lymphatic fluid and its transport. That's also contingent upon peripheral heart action. So these ideas are ways of doing in between. So if you're doing a bench press or something, or you're doing gripping or rolling,
so essentially you should be doing it during your rest periods between.
Yeah, what was called a rest period. Instead of sitting down and resting, you're working actively. And I like the idea of the right hand, left hand, because there's a rest in between these. But we need to stimulate muscles. We don't want to pump muscles, we want to stimulate them. The pump is a negative factor. The fluids accumulate in the blood vessels and especially into the lymph system. Okay, so this is a recycle system. Philosophically, we're in the ecological age. So these are 2 examples. The other one is Listerine bottles or mouthwash bottles. Here you'll see I can work full phalangeal extension. What I say about the hand and wrist are also true of the foot and ankle, because what we do, like people that jog, run on their heels, they don't work on their toes. But there's so many things that you can do in terms of individual phalangeal factors, mindful that the foot is a system of fingers also. And with this action, you can do all of these.
So would that be more for advanced, where this would be something for beginners?
This is something
that would have a little bit more resistance.
Something in particular that Dr. Lance Strayer and I are going to be promoting in our phase program. That's PHA with stability exercise. But the whole idea is that don't throw these away. Just cut them with the scissors and then put a little pad in there. And you could use this for straight finger extension. Also do full wrist action with this. But who works the back of the arm? Nobody. So it's a missing link to answer our original question, what are bodybuilders missing? Now there's also the idea This one in particular fits on the foot, but you can put an additional pad into this and use it on the foot without the pad, but you can do all the things I said. So this would be a larger mouthwash bottle. So I thought people would enjoy this in general.
Excellent.
Okay? All right.